This is just a quick video talking about another third-party product called Zeppelin.io. This is much more common for teams and for professionals working in mobile design. What we did in XD before, which was basically labeling assets for export and then batch exporting them all and batch importing them into Xcode, is good if it's just one person. Maybe if it's not like a massive application that has a ton of assets. But something like Zeppelin is what's used more commonly in the industry. So Zeppelin, it is free. It allows you to have one free project. So you do have to like delete your project to make a new one every time you want to do something. But there's also pricing for larger teams and things like that. So what Zeppelin actually does is it gives you the code for the layout and some of the interactions, as well as the styling and style guide for your application from something like XD or Sketch or another prototyping app. And in fact, we can see its usability here, which is kind of great that they integrated this into their web design. But basically, Zeppelin, whenever you're running the application, as you highlight elements, it tells you their width, their height, how far they are from the edges, the button, like the different details on the button, like what's the corner radius, what's the, the fill color, the typeface, things like that. And it lets you bring all those things into Xcode quite easily without having to export a bunch of images. This is, like I said, the more professional way. It's pretty expensive, $17 a month, for you as a solo person. But I just use the free version unless I'm working with a bigger team, and I'll just kind of show you what that looks like. So I'm going to log into my account, and I have this workspace, and I have this web project here. You might have seen this in a previous class, but this web project basically will let me select different elements, and it's going to give me the information I need on them. So as I pick a different element, it's going to tell me, here's the CSS code or whatever. I can change the formatting and what kind of code it's actually using. So if I was using a mobile application, it would actually give me the Swift code itself. So look into Zeppelin and figure out if it's right for you. Probably not something that you're going to use for this class, but I just want to mention it because this is the more standard way of approaching design like this. So creating a design, then bringing it into Zeppelin, and then having Zeppelin do a lot of the code heavy lifting for your layout rather than exporting a bunch of images and having to manually, kind of build them and place them and do everything else.